Hello everyone, my name is Barbara and I'm a Polish girl who lives in Ireland and likes to knit, and eventually I'm able to record a finished object video, which means that I finished something I want to share readily with you. Why I want to share finished objects with you? Because I have a pile of them, and because I was doing Vlogmas, so I was showing you my daily vlogs, so video logs. I did not have a time and there was loads of things going on in the house. As you can see, I don't know when you're watching it, but if you're watching it in December, we have kind of still a holiday season. So let me share with you mittens. They're beautiful. And I actually use them, kind of block them, but I just wet them, roll them in a towel and put them flat on my kind of shelf over radiator, and they look amazing, don't you think? Okay, so if you're interested, if you don't want to listen to me and bubbling about it, down below you find the link to this pattern. It's a paid-for pattern, and I'm not a designer. Designer is Skeindeer knit Julebukk mittens. I hope I'm saying it right. It is a Norwegian designer living in London, actually. She has amazing mittens collection with color work, and this was my first and was kind of advanced, I would say. It took me a while to knit them. It wasn't a quick knit for me, definitely, and I kind of accidentally, but at the same time I'm happy with it, make slightly longer of this section. So hard to show this section but I love it. Yeah, perfect. Right, now quickly what kind of tools I use, and we'll talk a bit about pattern, obviously not giving you anything because, you know, I'll link down below. First things first, I use my bag and I use my keychain with information that what I'm knitting, so I'm so happy with it. And my bag, I saw it. Next, needles. The pattern tells you to use, I think, 2 sizes of needles, and Ellie is a little bit specific. She's very focused about your gauge, right? But she gives you a rough information what kind of size you may need to use, and I thought I go with 2.5 millimeters. 2.5 millimeters and these needles, and I meant to swap them for bigger size. I think I forgot to do that. So 2.5 millimeters on the screen, you have US size, so please check it out now, and you can see my lovely pouch too in the berry color, a flower power. Yeah, and I was knitting these lovelies one at a time on magic loop, right? Yarn. I wasn't sure what to take, and watching Ellie's podcast, Ellie has a podcast, so maybe I'll put a link down below too. She talks about yarn that is good for color work, and she mentioned from those, you know, commercial, slightly cheapest yarn, Drops, and I use Drops Flora, which is 65% wool, 35% alpaca. Gray color is 03 and it's a mixed color, so it has that highlights. Then I have this lovely blue, which I don't know, it's more like a turquoisey, and the color is 12, and you can see it's unicolor. I actually use only these 250 milligrams balls, and the fingering over here it says is 210 meters, which is 230 yards. Yeah, 230 yards. So I still have, as you can see, some leftovers, and maybe let me weight it and let you know. And on the screen over here you have information how much of these I use. If I can compare, this is lighter, so I use it more than this one. Pattern wise, we have, okay, so we start over here, and this is a lace. You don't have a chart. Oh yeah, you have chart for it, and you have the written instructions. So that's flying. It looks quite complicated, but it's quite simple. After 1 row, 2 rows, you memorize it, you know what to do. If you know how to read your stitches, so basically by reading stitches, I mean what you have on your needles before you start another row, so you have a glimpse. That helps a lot. I loved it. That's probably, I forgot myself a bit to change color, and I did a little bit more, and at the end of the day, I'm quite happy with it because it kind kind of snugly filling anyway. It fits like a glove, if I can use that expression, which means that they're really tight. Squeeze going on. It's really nice and warm, like a wetsuit. Next, we have two charts. One represents one side. I think it starts from this, and the other one represents this side. It is quite challenging. You may end up having like 9 stitches in one color, so you need to know how to kind of wrap your second thread behind, which is quite simple. You can check it on YouTube channels. The way I work in the color work, I hold yarn in my left hand and the right is knitting. I wrap one thread or one yarn, one finger on the other one, or I just keep 2 on one finger. I know I should probably learn this, but whichever works for you, right? Anything else? Knitting these, you have to be focused. You probably should not talk with anyone. And remember to always check where you are, if you miss something or not, because you definitely would not want to go back or even rip back. Luckily, I haven't made any mistakes. Well, because I spun them while I was doing it, because we have 2 threads going at the same time. If I made a mistake, I just quickly reversed it without even ripping, kind of ninja style. The chart is beautiful. Okay, I think that's all. So you see, when I'm putting it on, it snags, but then the perfect fit. And I left thumbs for my phone. And it's not that cold in Ireland, but today was -3, which is quite amazing. So check my vlogs if you haven't, day 28, and you'll see them. You'll see them. Beautiful. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this one. Have you knitted any mittens, color work mittens at any stage in your life? Let me know down below. If you know any interesting patterns, put them down too. Maybe someone is looking for something quite interesting and challenging. Don't forget to check Ellie, so Skeindeer knits, designs and podcasts, and I hope to see you next one. Bye! Oh, and don't forget to use #knitting. I love. Show me what you're knitting.